Hey there, Bruce. Welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. We still haven't managed to find Stella, so that's our plan for today. I may have mentioned on the Discord server that I've recently had surgery, so this might be a short episode because pain. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of the door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. Sorry, the drugs are already just wearing off, you know. I don't really want to talk to Miles because he doesn't want to talk to us anyway. He never has. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. You knock on Kanika's door. Mum, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mum. Oh, Bruce, what's up? I'm going to the clinic. I was hoping you'd join me. I was hoping to be able to check in with Rhys sometime today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella and, you know, make sure he's okay after what happened at dinner. Yeah, screw this. Why'd I even listen to my mum in the first place? I don't need to sit around in my room just because she said to. Do you want to come in for a sec while I get ready? You hear frantic crumpling and clinking and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come in. Kanika's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and the present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes of packed together belongings sit in the corners of her room. I don't usually have people over, so don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and will lock you out of romantic arc with other characters. Packing for something? Didn't we already start a romantic arc with Stella? You motion to the stack of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. Seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'll be staying here long term, so I'll just have to pack up again eventually. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting here unopened for a long time. But any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get out of town. Any day now. We still have to find Stella. I'm not going anywhere without you. Let's get out here and see what we can find at the clinic. The two of you make your way back out into the hallway. But before you make it to the stairs, a light turns on, startling both of you. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have a lot of energy, and I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you haven't been yourself these past few days. All of this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy. You hold this family together. You shouldn't get between a mother and her daughter. Sybil knows what's best here, and Kanika is more than capable of speaking for herself. Those thoughts aren't yours. Clear your head. Something isn't right here. Yeah, she's fucking with everybody's mind. Sybil is. She can control people. Sybil, what was in that tea? Chaga and lemon balm, dear. The same blend Avery shared with you the other day. Why are you talking about tea? Sybil, you can't expect to control your adult daughter like this. Kanika sighs. No, my mum is right. I've been neglecting the general store and I let Miles run off the other day. That was so irresponsible of me. That's alright, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't, and it seems like he learned a valuable lesson from the experience. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover. Then you can get back to all the town mystery business. Bruce, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. Bye, Bruce. Before you can utter another word, Kanika returns to her room. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave, and make your way back to the main street alone. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you toward whatever emits this compulsive frequency. It's time for your checkup. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. As soon as you finish your thought about jumping onto the terrace, a dull throb sets into your knees. There's no way you're doing that. but you're not sure you even need to jump. You used to be quite the Casanova in high school, and back in the day, you learned two things. First, that the second floor of a residential building is never locked, and second, the skills needed to take advantage of the security floor. No judgmental parents ever managed to get in the way of you and your high school flames. Let's try mystical. Just go in through the clinic doors, no one will see. You found that at times, that if you haven't been wished to be seen, there's been nothing stopping you from remaining hidden. Graveyards, abandoned buildings, old tunnels. You've been in all sorts of strange and unusual places without incident. For some reason tonight, Dr. Kelly's clinic feels no different. You haphazardly make your way up the old wooden stairs of the clinic's wraparound porch, taking steps in strange patterns. To an outside observer, you may appear drunk, but there's an unconscious method to your conscious madness, though even you would be hard-pressed to describe it. But there's no creak or moan of ancient wood as you make your way to the door. Silence. You push the door open slowly and slip in. You can see the doc at the desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic. Feel free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You're here now, and it knows you're here. And you know exactly what it is. Another stone carving, eager to show you its secrets. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. Bruce? He squints, seemingly unsure whether you're the same person he met yesterday. What are you doing in the morgue? You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. I haven't. Did you think you'd find her in the morgue? His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pull. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Use your words. Don't let this fervor consume you. Be present in the moment. You inhale deeply and take in your surroundings. You cannot but notice that one of the body storage drawers is labeled Pearl Ann Scarlet. Examine your aunt's body. You step forward and pull out the drawer. So this is your Aunt Pearl Ann. Cole Baroness of the Scarlet Mines and the local she-devil that it seemed no one, not even her own daughter, was able to mourn. This is not the first corpse you've seen, but it feels the same as any other. She's an empty body now, the warmth and energy of a life now dissipated. The same as your mother was, and the same as you'll be one day. Cold air rises from the bluish skin, her vacant, filmy eyes staring up at nothing. You try to imagine what she might have looked like, alive and breathing, slinging subtle insults at the townsfolk. But it's hard to picture any expression on her face, so stiff and cold with death. Making sure she didn't walk off? I wouldn't be surprised if she did. A judgmental zombie would be just my luck. That would suck. Zombies are so overdone. If supernatural shit is going to keep happening in Scarlet Hollow, I hope it's something more original than that. I agree. But I'll make sure the doc locks the drawer from now on, just in case. Having seen what there was to see, you slide the drawer back in and close it. The mines had a stone carving the other night, as did Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions, and I can sense one on the other side of this wall. I need to see it. Rhys glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. You just need to get the doc out of our hair. It should take 2 seconds. Get the doc out of our hair? Yeah. If I say I'm sick and I need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing and do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. Hey, most of the time it's true anyway. I got nothing. Thanks for understanding. Don't mention it. If there's anything I can do to actually be useful, I'm happy to help. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mum? He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought we just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That'd be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy. It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mum. I'll take it easy. You hear footsteps moving down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked. The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We haven't got long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you. And with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is, though I'm not sure where she'd be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doctor's office first. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I didn't see an axe in here. He's right, a cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye, some sort of records, with your family's name on them. Read the files. Rhys stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Edwardine Scarlet, born April 9th, 1913, died February 12th, 2003, aged 89, cause of death, heart failure, signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Scarlet. Pretty normal, almost made it to 90, died of normal old person illness. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9th, 1887, died August 20th, 1957, aged 69, cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organ sustained impact injuries, lacerations on the neck and body consistent with fall from a great height. Oh, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. Pearl cause of death, sleep apnea, discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. I'm definitely going to make fun of her for that. Other death certificates, you quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May 24th, 1890, died 1918, aged 28, cause of death, crushed in mine collapse, body not recovered, signed by his brother, Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914, died June 7th, 1944. Lewis Scarlet, born August 1920, died June 6th, 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945, stillbirth, mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. Alexandra Scarlet, born December 12th, 1947, died August 20th, 1957, age 9, missing, presumed dead, signed by mother Edwardine Scarlet. Mary Bell Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946, died October 30th, 1963, age 17. Cause of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother, Everdeen Scarlet. That's a lot of kids to outlive. Reese's eyes flick up to the doorway, and a second later you hear the sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand's on your shoulder before you even register what's happening, and you're pushed back and out of view of the door. Shit, I'm not supposed to be in here, we gotta hide. He hurries to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip inside and squish yourself into what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close on your heels. Let him in? You let him in. Together you listen as the doctor makes their way to some room deeper into the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from wherever she was across the house. We better wait a second, just in case. Wait for the danger to pass. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back toward your hiding place, creaking floorboards, broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. The footsteps return. They get louder, approaching the open office door, and then they stop. Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. We're in the clear. We've probably only got a minute or two until she comes back. Let's make it count. The medical supply room is probably our best bet. If any other room in the clinic is likely to have a fire axe, it's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. He motions you down the hallway, slipping through the slightly ajar door of what you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. Keys. Here we go. He rushes over to the cabinet that contains a bright red axe, pulling the glass door open. Your axe? Now we can... Rhys pauses, turning to listen intently. That was the door from the house. Come on. If we can hurry, we can get you back downstairs. I'll run interference. Go downstairs, quick. You can hear her approaching now, floorboards creaking in the hallway on the other side of the office. You follow Reese's instruction, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest. Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging that you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in the refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You hear the door at the top of the stairs close, and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescently lit room below. Hey. You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down? Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy. It's exactly what the cover we need. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Let's do this. Have at it. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically slinging through the air as you strike the wall. The first cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There's some structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what awaits you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. Holy shit! The splintered edge frames a dark passage seemingly cut into the side of the cliff, a cold seeping from a forgotten place in the already frigid morgue. Rhys coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the mound and the wound in the wall. It's the whole hallway back here. Thick stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. As you climb into the hole. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. Someone doesn't want us to find these carvings. I wonder if it's whoever put them there, or if it's someone else. Let's go with that. Whatever their reason, they went to a lot of effort to hide this one. I wonder if the doc even knows about this wing. You step forward into the unknown. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The final wall concealing the carving is rotten. Water damage having eaten away from the wood over the course of unknowable years. The plank's nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. There it is. Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried that you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing that they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out. I promise. I went to talk to the witch. A witch? But that's nonsense. It's alright. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today and everything will be resolved by this time next week. That's right, Doctor. At this point, I think it's safe to say his body was never recovered. Whoever it was who claimed to be Theodore, it wasn't him. Wasn't even paralyzed, as it turns out. Just some grifter trying to take advantage of the tragedy. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity. Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down the wall like a wild animal. Found some weird carving and collapsed. Think you might have had some kind of seizure. You okay? Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts? No, nothing. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago. Thanks, man, I appreciate it. No problem, just figured you'd rather wake up in a bed than some musty hallway. Or the morgue. Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here? No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come into the morgue. I had a vision. Like a hallucination. I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things like my hands would look wrong or my neck would seem too long or the room would feel smaller. At least one of those death records is murky. I don't think Teddy died in the mine collapse. My family has secrets. That's a weird thing to cover up, but it's not that surprising. An old family like that usually has at least a few secrets. But hopefully that's all ancient history. It's not like it's easy to cover up deaths these days, right? I should probably get going. Stella's still missing and the stones here finally stopped yelling at me. That might be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refused to take my medicine and she's not happy about it. I went ahead and blocked my door, so she can't get down here. Now we'll just have to wait her out. Why don't you want to take your medicine exactly? Because it makes me feel like shit. I was fine yesterday until the doc made me take my pills, and I was fine all day today. That's how I've been going a day without, right? And now that I'm not taking it, it's like all these weird little memories have come rushing back. Bad memories. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think she wants me to be healthy. I don't think she wants me to see people. And now that I'm waking up to that truth, I don't think there's any going back for either of us. You blocked your door? Oh, it's just a precaution. I don't think I can underestimate her at this point. For the first time in a while, I don't feel like roadkill. I'd rather keep it that way. I don't need her coming down here and forcing any medicine on me. God knows what. And doing God knows what to keep you quiet. We got a lot of things we could say. Gives us time to figure out a game plan. Exactly. I think we should treat it like a legitimate threat. I have these weird memories. I always assumed they were dreams or hallucinations because they didn't fit the way that I thought of it, but I think she used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under control. Seems like it, yeah. Well, we'll wait until she's asleep, when we can at least get out of the basement. We can figure out what to do from there. How are we supposed to pass the time until it's safe to let's find a distraction? We should theorize. A distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. What if your mum doesn't fall asleep? You shouldn't call her mum. As far as I'm concerned, she forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. I can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars, but now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. But we can try to break them anyway. I believe you owe me a showing of Shi no Chi, Deathblood. I believe I do. Rhys gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of thing that I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread is managing to build as palpable in the room. Well, maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time. Well, with the grisly paintings, lack of light, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that its inhabitant has been practically homebound since his teens. I've seen a couple of directors of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to the Eveningland-related TV show recordings, and then winds up tying back to the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'm just able to do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Or talk to people. Ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Rhys hasn't had his daily dose of medicine. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Something is changing inside of him. Reese, you feel different, like your whole personality is changing. Is everything okay? Everything is more than okay. I haven't felt this good, and I don't think I've ever felt this good. A man on a screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless scream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sorts of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people. And only once you start to see how they fit together do you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible. Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, while with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. It's more than just something that's changing inside of Reese. It's everything. There's a knock on the window. Wayne. Bruce, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. Wayne's alright. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? But I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Bruce. The window shatters. As Reese tears his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvas. Canvases his ghoulish figure peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Grab my hand. I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Oh man, he's gonna kill me. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna stay where I am. It's never best to run. We aren't safe, but I can protect you. I can protect the both of us from the people who want to control us. I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with the doc. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. Try to leave? You bound up the basement stairs and rush to the front door. You pull, but it's sealed shut by his constructs. Follow Reese? You make your way up to the door that beckoned you yesterday. All intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets that stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there is a monster, preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck. Duck. You do what she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer out of his chest, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're gonna have to try harder than that, No, how did you... As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. Reese is panic pulling in a mob of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stiffening globs of paint. Dr. Kelly... Oh, shit. Alright, we need to wrap this one up because we're out of time for today. It ended up being a full episode anyway. Well, that got interesting really fast. There's a moth on my monitor. Go away. Go away. Well, I don't even know who to trust at this point. I mean, everyone's kind of a monster. I mean, Wayne's always been kind of a monster, but he's always kind of seemed like he was on our side, despite the fact that he's, you know, stalking us and smells like rotten death. I mean, Dr. Kelly seems like the least nice person here. Although she is human. We'll see what happens anyway. Thanks for watching, Preston. I'll see you in the next one.